Obviously, man, a bummer not to see you in those games. What happened that led to you or led to this wheelie?
Yeah, broke my ankle in the last game against Calgary. So definitely disappointing just because, I thought that, our team was, we had a really good group and, I thought, I could, be a leader on this team and, helping them, win some rounds and go a little far. But, for me, it was disappointing just to have your season cut short just like that. So
You went back in that game, continued to play in that game?
yeah, a little bit, and then it was just didn't play the last 5 or 6 minutes just because it was just knew it wasn't good. So
Yeah.
figured that someone was going to step up in my place there, and I thought they did. So
Watching the Abbotsford series, then obviously from a different lens, and not suiting up, not being able to play. What was your assessment of the second round?
I thought the guys battled hard. It's playoffs. It's tough hockey. It's physical, and I think the guys, they battled all the way those 4 games that we had. So, I was sitting watching all the games, and it was tough because I wanted to be out there and battle with the guys. And but kudos to them. They didn't show that they any weakness. They just battled, go out there every day, and they were battling. So I was proud of them.
Injury aside, how do you assess your first year as a Firebird?
I thought it was good. I got the opportunity to play up in Seattle for a lot of games, and I came back down here, and for me, I thought I took a big step in my leadership role here, and well, that's helping the young guys and to try and any way that I could, whether that's preparation or just on ice, and how I came to the rink every day, and I was happy with how that progressed.
John just mentioned that playing in the Coachella Valley has kind of become the goal for a lot of guys within the AHL just because of the crowd, the environment, the Coachella Valley at large. What are your takeaways from the desert, the fans, just your overall experience playing here in the desert?
Yeah, it's been great. You can't beat the weather down here, and the people that are down here, especially you go for breakfast one day and you said, "Oh, we love the Firebirds here. It's great." And for me, it was different. I'm halfway. I'm across the country from where I live, so I enjoy my experience here. It's it's a great community, and definitely the fans are awesome here.
A lot of ups and downs during this season. Obviously, not the result that you guys wanted, but what makes this season truly memorable in your career?
Yeah, I think it's just a different sort of experience for us, being so far away from home and living in California, the lifestyle here, and but for me, my game is still progressing and still learning. I'm still trying to get better every day about different aspects of my game. So just 1 year down, and looking forward to coming back next year.
Speaking of your leadership with the younger players, how receptive were they to inputs from the senior group and development?
You could see it, the way that they progressed throughout the year. Whether that's Furky, Goisey, all these guys, Nelly, they really took a big step, and you saw it in the playoffs how hard they were working and grinding and showing what they're capable of. And I think all our leadership group, whether that's Max, even though he wasn't playing, he was still around, and Hades and Goose and all these guys, Laj, and we just tried to show up at the rink and prepare the way we played, the way we know how to prepare, just being in the league for so long and being pros for so long, and whether the guys asked us questions or just about our preparation, it was just, you can see that they took a lot of it and matured their game.
Yeah, it was an impressive group, to get it this far in the season. When you were up with the Kraken, were there things that you learned about your game that you continue to learn down here and applying it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the role that I was in Seattle was a two-way centerman with, you know, face-offs and penalty killing and creating energy. And I think, you know, I learned, you know, a lot of face-offs through Chandler Stevenson and the way that he was taking draws and, you know, just guys like, you know, you look up and down the lineup like Brandon Montour, the way he prepared. And, you know, for me, I always learn. I always try to learn, watch and learn, talk to guys and, you know, bring some of that stuff into my own game. And kind of like what I'm trying to do here is, you know, just help the young guys when they can. And because ultimately they have enough skill and enough talent to play in the NHL. It's, you know, sometimes it's a matter of how you prepare and being ready to play, you know, every night and having that consistency.
Joe, obviously a lot of really talented young juniors coming into the franchise next year, the organization, I should say. Combined with the young group you saw this year, what can you say about the talent that the Kraken have coming into the organization?
Yeah, they definitely drafted well. Yeah, you can see it, like the amount of good players that are coming here, and they're coming here to learn and get better, and ultimately play in the National Hockey League. I think, you know, for me, it's, you know, how can I sort of help them in a sense, and whether that's, you know, just doing what I do and the way that I prepare, and sort of, you know, if someone's, you know, uncomfortable or feeling, you know, that their game's not where they want them, pull them aside and, you know, talk to them, or even just you know, going out there and letting them watch and see how all these older guys prepare. And I think that's very important.